All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back into the action out here. We have Panda Actually Sucks versus Pandorum Esports. That's a really crazy team name right there. I have to say that first and foremost.
Oh, I love it. We're going to
Yeah,
see the
yeah.
bans coming out already. Alquan getting banned out by Fatal on the blue team.
Yeah, that's going to be banned out. Ao Kwang's still really potent. No one wants to ever deal with him. And Kepri, who saves people from the grave. So, haha.
Athena's going to also get banned out, another top tier support, along with a Cirquette. I don't think that's anything all that surprising. All top tier bans coming out. It does leave Sun Wukong open, but Fatal looks like he's going to opt for the Geb pickup instead.
Geb's just, you can never go wrong with Geb as a support. Shield is so good, so powerful, and he just brings so many things to the table late game. Early game he's efficient, late game he's efficient. I mean, there's not a point in the game where Geb's like, oh, he's weak at this stage of the game. He's just too good at all times. But as you did say, SWK available. They're going to go ahead and go with Sun Wukong over here.
I would love to see the Monkey King come out. Getting picked up, though, looks to be Giannis. Very potent mid laner, global presence. Absolutely love this character. I actually recently got him to Diamonds myself because I love him that much. We're also going to see Sylvanas locked in, so our Guardians look to be completely locked in. We've got a Geb versus Sylvanas in that support role.
Yeah, Giannis, the mobility is too good right there, so it looks like that's going to obviously be their mid laner to go. And unless they bring out some DVOs type stuff and put them in solo lane, you never know what they're going to end up doing there. Panda Actually Sucks with the second option here. They've got the next two picks with, they've got their support. I wouldn't be really surprised if they decided to go with their mid laner or even their ADC this early.
Sun Wukong is still open, and Bologna, and it looks like they are both going to get locked in on the side of Panda Actually Sucks. That name, though.
Yeah, I'm just going to start calling him Panda because that's just rude. Pandas rule. I like pandas, okay? I'm sorry, Panda Actually Sucks. So. But, yeah.
In the Sun Wukong and the Bologna, I'm assuming that's going to be solo and jungle.
Yeah, could work in either position, vice versa, depending on what they want. Flex picks, depending on what relay they see. Maybe they see a better matchup for Bologna in the solo lane. They want to put her there versus Sun Wukong, but I don't know why you wouldn't put Sun Wukong in the solo lane. He just doesn't lose any matchups typically. So, no matter what the matchup is for solo, Sun Wukong. But Bologna's pretty weak.
Up for the jungler on Pandorum Esports. That's going to go really well with the Giannis. Giannis, of course, has his global presence with his ult, but Thor goes up in the air and he can be right there at any time.
Yeah, the global presence, as long as Giannis, is really going to give them some good gank possibilities. They can go ahead and pretty much ult Giannis from mid lane, left or right. Thor can be at Fire Giant or Gold Fury and able to pretty much just gank either lane at will. So the rotations, we saw Vivid really doing some 3 and 4 man rotations. This team on Pandorum can really do some 3 or 4 man rotation ganks easily.
We see a Poseidon ban coming out targeting that mid lane. Maybe that's something that Obama on Giannis doesn't want to play against. Maybe it's more because Poseidon is one of the better mid laners to go against, and Fenrir will be the response ban. So they don't want Fenrir in the solo lane against that Sun Wukong.
I just think there's too much setup on the other side. I think it's a good ban for the Poseidon. Geb, Sun Wukong, Bologna all have some sort of CC, knockups. Bologna's Eagles Rally is a stun. Tiger Charge is a stun. The knockup, the Geb Ultimate Cataclysm is a stun. All easily set up for a Kraken. If you get a 2 or 3 man Cataclysm, you're probably going to get a 2 or 3 man Kraken involved, and that's not going to be good news for your team. So Cupid, as you said, going to be locked in for the ADC. We don't see this little guy a lot.
No, we don't. Part of that is that Cupid's in a weird place right now. He's an ability-based god in a otherwise attack damage meta. We're going to see On Her picked up on the other side. I like that pickup in response.
Was there just like a handshake that's saying, hey, we're not going to pick Rama. Hey, we're not going to pick Shablanca. Like, is there just like an agreement between these two teams? Because why don't you pick Rama drops Cupid in a heartbeat. You just get Sprint 2, and you destroy Cupid all day long. Apollo or On Her can do the same thing, I guess, with Desert Fury. He can walk out of the ultimate realistically, but Rama really destroys Cupid, especially late game. So kind of surprised not to see the Rama. But he's my personal favorite god of the game, so I'm not biased or anything.
And I do like seeing the new Wa coming out for the mid in response to the Giannis. She's going to be able to use her ultimate to get vision, to spot out some of those global ultimates if necessary, and also do a good bit of damage on her own.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, we got the God trading going on. So as we do look on this matchup on paper, we didn't talk. I just realized that Vamana got picked up for the solo lane. Okay, I'm just looking at that pickup. I just realized Vamana is on the right hand side of my screen. The big baby, or he could be a destructive force, really getting some cooldowns off. But this is going to be a tough matchup for Pandorum because they have a very tanky team on the side of Panda. Bologna, Sun Wukong, and Geb are very, very tanky targets. Well, honestly, on paper, I don't really know who to give this to an edge.
I think it's going to come down to not only individual performance in the laning phase, but also whether or not Pandorum Esports is able to start making those crucial rotations and take advantage of their global ultimates. If they're able to aggress early while Sylvanas is still on the top of the Guardian heap, I think that they're going to be able to steamroll out of control. But the later this game goes, like you said, the tankiness of Panda actually sucks is going to start to overwhelm the damage output as Thor starts to fall off.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. As you said, we just got to go to the battlefield of the gods, which is Smite, and that's a plugin that's shameless. Haha. Anyways, all right, we're gonna go to the next match. We're gonna go to the pause screen, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. Minute and 20 or 120 seconds on the countdown timer till we go into the next match. We'll see you shortly. Alrighty, guys. Apologies about that right there, as we did have a little issue with some computers. Fatal ended up having a DC issue, and I've got to change their names to Pandas, and that's all I'm going to change it to because easy enough. But really, Fatal ended up having some technical issues, so he had to get subbed in by Hichi, I believe, who will be playing Geb. So Jeremy will be playing on her into the ADC role instead of Fatal. Shadow Chair will be on the Nuwa in the mid role. Then Panda Turtle will be Bologna Jungle, it looks like. And Sun Wukong will be played by Puckham, and he'll be the man in the solo lane for them.
And over on the right side of the UI, top side of the mini-map, is going to be Pandorum Esports with Dopey McWeedy on Vamana in the solo lane. Varanium bringing Thor to the jungle. Telshore is going to be playing my personal favorite, Giannis, who can walk through walls. And Obama and Master Wolf are going to go to that duo lane with Cupid and Sylvanas.
Yeah, Cupid's still that interesting pick we were talking about before during the picks and bans phase. Just going to be interesting to see what he brings to the table. It's not a pick you see all the time. Anher's going to have some decent abilities there as we get the camp started. Nothing different coming out of these teams. Standard 3 people on the left-hand side doing the red buff. Standard 2 on the right-hand side doing speed buff to the blue.
Dopey did, however, opt to go into the red potion as opposed to getting boots 1 as his lane opponent Puckham did. Sun Wukong, as you know, is going to be very potent with that Bluestone pendant, but the power advantage is going to be on Dopey when he gets to lane, and I'm hoping that Puckham can recognize that pretty quickly.
Yeah, he should realize he has, minimal health pots, not as many as he normally would, so maybe the poke could be there as right now both solo laners getting there almost the same time. Looks like Dopey has a little bit of an advantage. We'll see how that turns out in a little bit. Going to the mid Harpies on the right-hand side, the battle continues. There goes the Bludgeon. It looks like both will go to the boys in blue. Uranium going to take a little bit of poke from that Berserker Barrage, and looks like a small win right there for the right-hand Harpies going to the boys in blue.
I do like seeing these early mid-fight happening on the right-hand side right at the 30-second mark. It really does set the pace of the game. I'm very happy with this 10-second spawn on the mid camps and the fact that this has become meta.
Oh wow! We're watching mid Harpies. This fight expecting something to go on, and I need to stop talking as looks like Obama right here, or Obama, decided to go ahead and just show me up and get a kill on the Cupid early on. So he's 1-0 versus the support right there. Geb ended up probably just being in a bad spot, got heart bombed, and just pretty much took one to the face, and Cupid will have a 1-0 kill lead in first blood.
Now, Freight, did you even know that the president played this game?
You know what? The president, he asks me for tips all the time.
This is news to me. Geb's going to be coming back to lane. He is still level 2. Obama, of course, has gotten already an early lead up to level 4.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick peek on the right-hand side back to the solo lane. You talked about the red pot of Mana start with got the limited health pots. He's already out of health pots, only one multi available. He is level 5 and he is shoving the wave in. This was a 450 purchase right now, and he's about 300 gold ahead. So Dopey's kind of making it worthwhile at this point. He's pretty much, in a sense, even still with Sun Wukong. If you can shove a few more waves in and catch an advantage, you'll be all right.
And he's going to sit up here and try to proxy this wave as much as he can. I know it's not a real proxy, but pretty close for government work.
Looked like you had some fire alarms going off over there behind you there, Epic. What was going on, man?
we had a fire truck go by. It was very interesting.
Hey, man, Smitecast is on fire, boys. Let's go. That's what's happening right now. And as the back harpies go down the blue, Panda Turtle and Shadow Chair working really nicely together, making sure they share the XP of the back harpies, and Telshore and Veranium doing the same thing relatively. All everybody's level 5. Everyone's got ultimates available, and I want to see a team fight.
Right, you are. And I think that maybe that mid-camp spawn will be about the best that we can do. You can look over on the right-hand lane. Sun Wukong is taking poke. He's down to about 40% of his HP, while Dopey is still at full health.
Yeah, they both have ultimates available, but the thing is that Puckham has 5 pots available. He has 3 multi-pots and 2 health pots left, so he is really still ready to go.
I expect to see Vamana taking advantage of his early push that he's gotten, he's built up, and take a quick back between waves at some point while he's got minions going under the tower, and then getting a slow wave for the next time.
Looks like the mid-harpies are getting ready to spawn again. Telshore's hanging out there by the right-hand side, trying to see if he can take advantage of these. Here comes Thor, making sure they're trying to do a little bit of zoning that they can secure him in. The red team will get the right-hand harpies, so left spawning in a little bit. Looks like, though, like you said, Dopey's got the lane advantage. He's not going back just yet. Neither one getting teleport. Puckham electing to just go into boots. And really no blue invade by Dopey. Just a smart move. He probably would have been called out if he was trying to get the blue.
And as I had called, Dopey has gone ahead and backed when his minions started going under tower. I think that's a smart call. He's already back to lane with that teleport that's going to be down now for 4 minutes. And he's already built tier 2 with a steel mail to try to get him a little bit more protection up against that Sun Wukong as his opponent.
This is like the weird thing about solo lane. I've been playing some solo lane recently, and I like to talk about the differences. Is that you will see this boots rush for some power, or you'll see that mystical mail rush. And in this case, it looks like Dopey's going to go mystical mail start as fast as possible. But at this point now, the red pot's over. You know, Dopey has about a 500 gold lead, but really that's probably only about 100. And at this point, you know, if Puckham gets his mystical mail online, even maybe a minute or two afterwards, he's probably really going to start being ahead in this lane. And as you can see, he's doing work right here. But left-hand side, I'm missing the team fight that I wanted to see. Obama, the president's in trouble. He's trying to get his hearts. Can he get it? Discouraged misses. The bludgeon will connect, though, and Panda Turtle's going to go ahead and do that. But Veranium's not going to let that happen. Hammer's going to connect one more audio attack. Into the wall goes the impale. Jeremy's trying to peel out, and Ichi's just in trouble right here as the basic attacks are coming out from the Thor. Does he have a wall available? No. The double tap into the Berserker Barrage.
There it is, the teleport, and the Berserker Barrage is good, getting the kill onto Jeremy and the on her. And Thor, low health, he's looking to stick around.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to maybe get the or this purple camp real fast. He might have enough damage if he heals off with Boombas. He'll heal off Boombas off the one, and there goes Telshore. You know, giving his buddy a little bit of background help, and he'll help peel the wave, or peel the camp, and well, that's going to be a down purple camp for the boys in blue. So nice little win for Pandorum Esports, and back to this right hand lane again, the solo lane. Puckham now seems to have this advantage because he's got the damage versus the defense online, and this is kind of that like swap.
Before that team fight had broken out, I was going to mention that Vamana's passive acts like he has Runeforged Hammer. He gets 15% of his physical protection converted into power, so even when he goes defensive, he's still getting power out of it. Now, it's not the same as having boots. I will grant that in a heartbeat, but it does help in that pure tanky build.
Yeah, you definitely have a good advantage there, and being that there's 3 physicals on the side of Panda, Dopey definitely has a good opportunity to go pretty tanky, and you'd imagine both solo laners more or less going to be picking up a breastplate of renewal, mail renewal, I should say. Breastplate of Valor is what it's called, but it's the same tree. So, but mail renewal is so potent right now for solo laners, and looks like mid lane is where the action is. At least there's a few people gathering. Right hand harpies seem to be objective, and Master Wolf is running as fast as he can as a tree to get some experience. I don't know if he picked it up or not.
It didn't look like it on my end. Red, of course, has had those timers since at least the second set of camps, and the way that Telshore was playing after that second spawn, I'm pretty sure that they had gotten it for that first set of camps as well.
Pull misses right there. Double, or there's Fire Shard's going to connect. A little bit of poke going back and forth from both teams. Sentry Ward was placed, and then quickly a regular Ward was placed by the boys in blue, not realizing maybe that it was a Sentry, and maybe they just wanted to put a Ward there, and they just lost 50 gold and vision, so Ichi in a little bit of trouble. I don't know if that Cupid's Heart Bomb's a stun or not, but Cataclysm will come out. It is a stun. Roman and Victor is there. Eagles Rally going to give a little bit of defensive prowess. Not going to be enough. The slow from the pillars going to peel a little bit for the back end, but now there goes Jeremy. He's in a little bit of trouble. The Blink Root will miss as Honor jumps, and he'll use his ultimate to try to CC immune out of it, but Blue a little too late as Berserker Barrage is on point, and that's going to be enough damage. And with 4 members and Sylvanas heals, they're going to go ahead and do the Gold Fury.
I like this call to go into the Gold Fury right after winning that team fight. You know that you are going to pretty much have control here. Nuwa doesn't have the explosion necessary to take it. She is going to pick up a return kill on the Sylvanas after that fight, but Obama is going to turn around and get a kill on the jungler. Losing your support to get a Gold Fury and a kill on the jungler, I think that's worth.
Yeah, no, they lost the support. They're like, oh, okay, we lost Master Wolf, big deal, but we got Gold Fury. We wiped 2 or 3 of them to get the Gold Fury. Then we lost our one, and then we still got one back. I mean, at the end of the day, the trade's huge. As we do take a look at the graphs real fast, it's a 3,200 gold difference, as the whole time Puckham was just split pushing. So they do lose a tower in return of that push, as I guess Vamanu is kind of in mid defending there. I didn't really see him on the mini-map. My eyes weren't on him directly, but they will lose a tier 1, so they'll lose a little bit of lane pressure and lose 500 gold. But at the end of the day, they're still rocking a 3K gold lead and a 3,700 experience lead.
I think that solo lane play would probably be classified as DM approved. DM, of course, always pushes for that. If you're going to be alone in your lane, you need to get something out of it, especially if your team is losing the fight and losing the exchange. And that's just what he did. He stepped up and he got the tower and was able to put a little bit of gold into the pocket of his teammates.
Yeah, and Mystical Mail's now online for the Vamana. Now something Buckham really wants to fight into over here, as Fire Shards is going to miss on top of the Thor. He's just kind of running around the back end, and this Honor might be in trouble over here as we look at the rotations coming through. I don't necessarily see that he has any ward vision, and he might get pulled out here. Uranium is going to spin to win. That's a lot of HP gone from Jeremy. He's going to have to dive out. The wall's better. What a bait. Waited for the jump. Nice play by the Thor, but, oh, Eagles Rally going to connect on top of Thor, and well, he'll get wiped out, but Heart Bomb going to go on top of it. But Eagles Rally defense is going to be too good. Desert Fury is going to connect, but Master's Wolf is 1 HP. Can Shadow Tear hit an auto attack back there, but won't chase it, it looks like, as now he's in a bad situation going against the Giannis. But in the back line, Obama's trying to take care of Honor and Bologna. Everyone's getting away with no HP.
Looks like Telshore isn't satisfied with letting this go. He wants to fight Shadow Chair over by the Gold Fury. Of course, Panda Turtle and Jeremy did get out of that exchange.
The unstable vortex misses. Oh, that's huge.
That is very big.
The jukes.
That's an ability that should. Oh, there it is.
There it is. Oh, the jukes of Shadow Chair. Yeah.
So far from Giannis, those are base ability cooldowns that he's having to contend with right now.
Bologna coming back in. The bludgeon misses, doesn't really connect on everybody, but Obama now going to be in a little bit of trouble. He's able to dash away. Jeremy going to come through. Thor dunks in on nothing at all. That's a down ultimate. Double tap will miss. Spin the wind's going to do a little bit of damage on top of Panda Turtle, but Shield will go ahead and, or any attempts to further move up there, as Puckham is just in the right-hand lane taking Vamana's blue.
Yeah, they have no clue on this. There are no wards at all on that right-hand side of the map. Sun Wukong is a missing variable in this team fight. They have no idea where he is and what he's doing. They have no vision on him. Vamana is going to rotate back over to that lane to try to maybe take this minion wave and get an eye on his lane opponent, but he has no idea.
Find out that his buff is gone, and he's not going to be a happy camper about that for a second. And well, you know, Vamana without blue buff, or any warrior without blue buff, I think all the warriors really like blue buff. They're all like, you know what, I want my buff. You know, we need our mana, we need our cooldowns, because we don't necessarily build a ton of cooldown reduction. So, Sun Wukong electing not to go Mystical Mail, kind of surprising, went Runeforge. I don't know, with the new addition to Mailer Renewal, I'm just not a Runeforged Hammer fan anymore. I would think if you're going to go defense and you're going to go health, no one in anyone's mind have you ever said, oh, I'm going to get Runeforged Hammer for damage. You get Rune Forge Hammer for the defense, it just happens to give you a little bit of damage. The Breastplate or the Mail Renewal is going to give you cooldown reduction. It's going to help you out in team fights and present you there. You might still build into it, but I don't know. Like, I mean, electing to go into the Rune Forge is still a personal preference.
I think you're right. I think Mail of Renewal right now is just a better item overall. But the cost is a factor here. Remember, his team is still down about 3,000 gold, and he might just want to be getting items online that's going to let him carry his team a little bit back to being even.
Well, carrying the team over here is the Geb as he uses the Cataclysm to try to peel out for Shadow Chair. Oh, what a beautiful fun still. Through Space and Time connects. I just had a look at that, and that was as gorgeous as Through Space and Time connected. Then goes the pull. Down goes Shadow Chair. Jeremy's got nothing. He's going to try to ultimate out of it. Desert Fury doesn't matter. Thor was up in their hole the whole time. Here comes the Big Eagles rally. Can the Bludgeon connect? Scourge is going to disarm the Cupid for a second, but Panda Turtle going to end up falling down, and the boys of Pandorum Esports looking good.
That was a 4-for-1 trade over there.
And another Gold Fury. Dopey doesn't even care about his lane. Dopey's like, I'm chilling with the team. I'm going to be hanging out over here with you guys.
The decision-making that Puckham has exhibited, he's not been present in those team fights while Vamana has been, and I think that's key. We talked about it before. It's the 4v5, right? The numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie. Math is easy, but it's also really hard. But easy math is 4 is less than 5, and when you're in that scenario, you're probably going to end up losing out, and it seems to be that this is the issue as Puckham's been farming freely. Now he's caught back up. The Gold Fury just gave them a big lead, but he was only about 300 gold behind Vamana for a little while. So he's done a great job of farming. At the end of the day, it's going to be a question of if this Sun Wukong can really be a disrupting factor into these team fights once he gets into them.
You'll notice the mana level on Dopey is very low right now. He has no idea that his buff is up. He lost the timer last time. He suspects that it might be around, so he's going to peek around this corner. And yes, he's going to look to fight, but again, no mana. He might have enough for one ability, and it's not enough to steal it. Puckham once again gets that blue buff.
Yeah, Mystical Mail just not enough to proc it. You think sometimes that's enough right there. And, poor Vamana just hasn't seen his buff in a while. He'll see it one more time at least this game, I'd imagine, and it's going to be a happy camper them as 4-1. I mean, this ADC matchup, Cupid has been just so vital in these team fights of crippling opponents. He's 4-1-3 right now, sitting on a full Transcendence. Soul Eater's finished up. He's got his lifesteal online. It looks like Giannis is portaling to the left-hand side. They might be trying to jump on this Honor, who has wards and does see it, so we'll be backing up. Actually, does he have a ward, or did it get countered out?
That just got countered out. That's
I think it got countered out, yeah.
In the pocket of Giannis.
Yeah, so Giannis countering it out right there. Clay Soldier is going to be doing, well, Clay Soldiers are probably the weirdest ability in this game. They kind of just go wherever they please. I wish they had a little bit more control. It might make Nuwa even a little bit more viable if they did something different other than go random places.
Right. The AI is a thing that a lot of professional players have been joking about or commenting about, depending on how much credit you want to give to them, for a long time now. Lassus is a big fan of this character, and he is pretty constantly yelling at his minions when he's in ranked games.
Oh, yeah, because the minions always go to the weirdest places, as Master Wolf barely missing a pull on Ichi. He would have been probably in trouble there, and looks like the double tap will connect on top of the Gib, but Gib's just going to laugh that off, as that was a little tickle, and that's not going to do too much damage. Back to the big boy lane we go, as Dopey is just... Dopey now level 16 behind Puckham 17. Has officially fallen behind in this lane because he's chosen to rotate so much and not farm. This might be the end-all issue that ends up happening, is that Puckham's ability just to get big and end up going into these team fights a little bit bigger is going to be an issue. But he's in a 2v1 scenario. He'll force the ult out. Imagine he's not going to want to fight this, so he'll try to just get out of here.
I think Pandorum Esports probably pressed tab and noticed that he had that level advantage and want to try to clear that up for Dopey.
Yeah, they had to realize something going on, but Puckham just kind of sitting there. He still has his tower available, but big presence here on the right-hand side as the boys of Panda are trying to make a name for this stuff. Unstable Vortex is going to go to the right-hand side. They're going to go through. They're going to see if they can get Shadow Chair. At least that's who Sylvanas is on. They've got to have their targets prioritized right now, and they're kind of scattered. Looks like Shadow Chair is going to be the call, but Eagles Rally is going to disrupt that. Telshore forced to use bees to get out of that. Big Baby going to use the zone. He's smacking down. Sylvanas uses the ult to knock everybody up, and now it looks like everyone just might have to back up as Cataclysms might catch Master Wolf down.
Thor dunking down in the back to clean up the Nuwa. We're seeing Vamana still chasing after Bologna. Panda Turtle is getting chased. Now Hichi and Puckham are not satisfied to be left alone. They're going to go after Veranium. They want that Thor kill, something fierce. And what started as a 3v1 in the jungle, well...
Well, split push Cupid on the left-hand side as the ADC rotated to go ahead and go to that team fight, and that was a big issue of why they ended up winning it a little bit there was because of Jeremy. And that ability for him to rotate was huge. He got a big impale off on Sylvanas and had to poke him out. I just felt like both teams just didn't really have like the communication of who they wanted to go on. It seemed like everyone was on somebody, and not everybody was on the same person. But again, this right-hand side, Puckham is like, this is my blue buff, bro. Did he get it? Oh, he did not get it that time.
He did get it. Dopey got it.
Dopey got his buff. Yeah, Dopey got his buff. Yeah. Dopey got his own buff this time. So after all that effort, Puckham finally fails to take what was his buff for the past pretty much 15 minutes.
That's exactly right. I don't know if you noticed this, but in the beginning of that team fight, Sylvanas actually made a perfectly spot-on pull onto Shadow Chair, except those metal shards came off, and she was CC immune as it connected to him. Had that gone off, that team fight would have been very different.
Yeah, the pull was there, but just, again, the CC immunity was able to get out of it. Just really a tough call, but, again, this time the minions are in a decent spot, but Telshore able to go ahead and knock them away. They don't have too much HP, sadly. The groupings by this Gold Fury right now, the 20-minute mark, or, I should say the near 20-minute mark, as... Right now, if we take a look at the graphs real fast, we do see that Pandorum still has a lead. 8,500 experience, 5,900 gold, just under 6K, and looks like this might be one of those fights that turns it either direction.
Right, and we see Sun Wukong already going in. He's going to get dropped through a portal by Telshore. We see the metal shards coming out. Obama picking up a kill onto the Geb. That's going to be crucial. Geb shield is no longer a factor in this fight. Neither is the shield that he can provide. Cataclysm's gone for a little while. Thor is over there in the left-hand side, looking to stun out.
Puckham forced to ult early right there. Yeah, it's kind of like they're baiting out a lot of things. They were able to force out a Sun Wukong ultimate, so now he has no CC immunity if he wants to because he has no beads. He only has a weakening curse for the heals, so he's in a little bit of trouble. The knockup's good by them. 3-man Wrath of Terror going to connect. There goes the Cupid ultimate. They're going to go down on top of it. Panda Turtle's really low, but they were able to pick up the honor. Here it goes. Now here comes the weakening curse. Going to slow everybody. They got to pick the target. They keep going left and right. They don't know who they're chasing for a second, but now they've decided on Shadow Chair as the target. Thor's going around the back end. He should teleport to the right-hand side. There he is. He's taking away the option, and Thor will secure that kill, but Geb is back down. But the whole time, Telshore was on top of the Gold Fury along with Vamana, and Big Baby will be used. Hichi's going to come around, knock them out, but that might just have caused Geb's own death there in the front line of things, as in the back line, Veranium is just pounding on Puckham.
They want to take that Sun Wukong out. He still hasn't died. He has no kills and he has no assists. Pandorum gets the Gold Fury in the middle of that engagement.
Thor's up in the air back now. They have to be careful. He's going to land on Panda Turtle. That's going to connect, and that's a dead Panda Turtle. And, well, Bologna's going to be down for about the next 38 seconds, and this is huge. This is a 3-for-0 Gold Fury exchange. We just saw this a few minutes ago earlier.
That's right. We saw the team fight break out. We saw it all go Pandorum's way. They're going to pick up Geb one more time, just for good measure. And looks like Jeremy does not want to let this go.
I've had the same Weibos before as Jeremy. When you're like, this is my tower, and then you realize that there's like 4 of them. You're like, but this is still my tower. And then you're like, oh crap, if I fight this, I'm going to die. And then you'd have to give it up. And, well, at this point in time, he's got to give it up because he's out of there right now. Through space and time, we'll connect. But all the pull into the unstable, oh my gosh, the pull ended up going into the Fields of Love, I should say, as the unstable vortex did not connect. Through space and time was able to get him through all that, but a couple ultimates used to pick off the enemy ADC, and, well, that's going to clear up the tier 1 and tier 2 in mid, as the Fire Giant might be, no, they're not going to go FG. Everyone's up right now. They're going to clear some buffs out, and Fire Giant not really the most viable option.
No, I think that this is a disengage, spend some of that gold from getting that tower and the Gold Fury, and then come back and maybe wipe them again before you go for anything.
And this is where you said Giannis, your favorite character, just walks through walls. Buckham had him on the right-hand side in the lane. He just goes through that little wall right there, ends up all the way by blue buff, and Dopey's there to back him up, making sure nothing happens, and Buckham can't really force the fight anymore as Dopey is there and available. And Dopey is super tanky with the Mingardian, Mystical, and Heavy Hammer. Going to be leading into that Frostbound Hammer. This is a very tanky Vamana build. We're not seeing that Executioner or that Hasten Fatalis type of offensive Vamana. This is a very, I want to be in your face, make you use abilities on me, and then ult, and then not die.
I think this is a recognition by Dopey that he needs to be a second frontliner or a third frontliner as the game goes on and Thor transitions to a more bruiser build. But we got a fight breaking out over here on the right-hand lane. They're chasing down Puckham, turning targets to Panda Turtle, although Varanium didn't get the message, and he is a little bit late to the message. Hichi comes in. Cataclysm is good, stunning out 4 people. Berserker Barrage putting some damage on Puckham, re-engaging, knocking up about 3. Metal Shards are going to go, and looks like they just want to get out without much damage, but it looks like Panda Turtle will fall to the Fields of Love.
Oh, two-man Wrath of Terror going to connect right there. Oh, what a great shield by Hichi. The shield might prevent the dot damage, but Dopey says none of that. Armor and Umbrella is going to connect and do enough damage, and it doesn't really matter as Geb is now the lone wolf out there by himself as Sun Wukong is back to base. Puckham is there, and right now the chase is on as we try to catch up to Hichi, and, well, we'll see him later in about 40 seconds when he gets back up. And right now, Fire Giant is going to be the call with only Sun Wukong available and no Sun Wukong ult. They are not scared to fight this and force this right here as they lead 5-24 in the kills.
What do you want to see Sun Wukong do here? You notice that 4 members of Pandorum disengage from the Fire Giant, leaving Obama to go after it alone. Puckham goes up. He
did just get his ultimate back. He got it! Panda got it! Puckham the God! He got the Fire Giant. I don't care how mad you're losing. It's worth if you can do that. Puckham the God gets the Fire Giant with the Sun Wukong ultimate. He pays for it himself. Bologna will be the only member up with it. 4 men stand versus 5 at this point in time, and Pandorum is not happy. Blink pull is a wide left miss, and Master Wolf will just be backing up, but this time, Dopey got tanky for a reason. He's going to be doing this Phoenix, and they're going to try to still take it.
Bologna is taking advantage of that fire buff. She's going to Eagles Rally right into the grouping of Pandorum Esports, put in a lot of damage, but is going to fall to Varanium, along with quite a bit of other things that happen. We're going to see this Phoenix go down over here on the right-hand side of the lane. This should be a disengage call. I don't think that they have the power to go ahead and force anything, although they are.
Puckham is coming back up in a second. They might just try to go all out, take down the middle Phoenix. Even if they lose one with all the towers still up and available, they should be okay. They really want to try to get this middle Phoenix down. They will. Obama is up and available. Puckham has choices of who he wants to kill. Can he catch Dopey? But Dopey is running like he's running away from the police right now. He is dipping and dodging. Master's Will is going to slow connect, go through the portal, and he's going to be alive. Thor's going to dunk down and try to peel. He's cutting off the path. There goes the ultimate from Puckham. I'm still watching this Dopey chase as he is just going. Shadow Chair is going to follow the back line. Another portal. Telshore is just portaling his buddy everywhere.
That's the power of Giannis. He not only gets himself out, he can get his teammates out as well. And he is single-handedly responsible for Dopey. Well, doubly handy. Doubly responsible.
I feel so bad for Puckham. He steals Fire Giant. He's like, I gotta kill Infamana. I got to kill Infamana. He's like, these damn portals are killing me right now. I mean, he had kills on Vamana so many times as they're going to go ahead and try to start the Gold Fury. But Vamana is back to full health with his teleport in. He'll TP to the tower and he'll come back to the fight. And this is gonna be one that they might not want to go into as Field of Love was used. No cripples available right now, but Hichi behind the Gold Fury will fall. 3-man Eagles rally stun. Bludgeon going to connect on almost all 3 as what a wall. Moranium waits to the last second, stuns out the comeback or the down smash, and then on the back end, Jeremy's able to pick up the Giannis. Puckham is now alone, and, well, Thor wants this kill.
Veranium has decided, Puckham, you chased all the way to our buff camps. I'm going to chase you down to the Phoenix line. He's going to try to get this kill. I don't know if he can. It's so close.
I got it. Veranium's been playing really well this game with his setups and everything. He's just kind of hanging out below, knows that he has only one option, and he's going to spin to win below him and let's see if he can get this kill. The wall will not connect. Clay minions might do it. Veranium might have bit off too much so he can chew, but he'll Berserker Barrage and collect one. He's like, that's worth as he takes out Puckham.
And that is exactly right. That is the biggest kill that they could have gotten. That was a level 20 that they took out. High gold worth, high worth in general.
Apparently, chat is getting banned out by getting wrecked by Nightbot. Everyone, stop being mad at Nightbot. Nightbot doesn't know what it's doing. It just doesn't like caps. So everyone in chat is just typing in caps because they're getting really excited as the blinking comes in by Sylvanas. He'll only knock up one. Jeremy's getting out. Boxed right here. Through space of time is going to be an escape route if available, but, well, not really needed. And everyone survives again, and it's almost another deicide.
That was 3 for none because Veranium is still dead from his, well, dive. So...
I'll try to fix chat. I'll try to fix Nightbot after this game and go into its commands and make sure that it doesn't ban people for crazy stuff like that, and so you guys can get all hyped up on steals like that Fire Giant and such. So don't worry about that.
Vamana was trying to take that left tower before the previous engage, was not able to do it. Now coming down the mid lane, they're gonna just completely forgo that and go right after the Titan. And I like this call.
Yeah, Fields of Love going to be used on a Titan. That's going to take it down about 2,000 less HP. 2,400 is what's I'm reading on right now. Oh, wait, reset 4,000, 5,000 HP. That's the wrong way, Pandorum Esports. This is not what you wanted to do at all. You went to finish, and then you let it reset a couple times. Eagles rally forced out on Obama. He's going to be in a little bit of trouble. There goes the Berserker Barrage, and right now he's going to get taken out by Jeremy, and well, any closer, this might be what you call a throw if they're not or if they're not careful, I should say.
Right, 3 members of Pandorum have already fallen. Veranium is sitting there on the right-hand side of the jungle as Dopey falls. That's 4 for 1 right now.
But the Titan had fire minions in there. They lost mid and they lost right to minions, and the Titan went to 5,800 HP, so about 2,400, just reset to 3,000. So at the end of the day, they really didn't end up losing too much. It was about that much HP when they reset it the first time. A little bit less, but honestly, that's not too big of a loss. They do have Telshore, and we're not calling it drop ship or drop ship. I didn't say what you guys think I said. Don't say anything, chat. Don't Reddit me. Don't do none of that. Anyways, it's the Nidus Canal because it's like StarCraft where he just worms you through.
I like the idea of being able to go for the end here. They had the fire minions drop that right-hand Phoenix again. That's going to be down a good bit. The middle Phoenix is back up and about half HP at this point, but Panda is doing a good job of controlling that mid lane, getting the minions pushed up, and they don't want to lose to any kind of silliness.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a tough call right there. I mean, I understand sometimes you want to go for that end and you have an opportunity. As Thor's going to hammer out right here. Panda Turtle still level 16, just hasn't been able to find the farm. Double Tap's going to connect on top of Hichi. There goes the Cataclysm out. The Clay Soldiers are going to also be used. And oh, what a pull by Shadow Chair, making sure that they can't use the shards to really CC anybody. And this might be, oh, there's a through space and time used, but that's not really the best angle. If that's what they were going for, yeah. I don't really, I guess they weren't really going for the drop ship there at all, as really that was not the ideal spot for that to be dropped off at. They're going to go for Fire Giant instead, play it a little bit safer, get the regen on their side. But with all the members of Panda up and available, you do have to be weary of the steal.
That was a beautiful wall by the Thor. You notice that it not only stunned the Wukong, but it stunned him on the correct side, and he was pinned into that corner, not able to get through for 4 seconds or so.
Yeah, right now, here's the force fight. The cripple comes out by Cupid. There's the Fields of Love. Everyone's out of it. Doesn't do enough damage. Puck comes in the air. Almost no HP. He's going to have to heal up for a bit. Veranium's on the Omniherd. There's 3 members on top of the ADC. There's no peel for him. Panda Turtle has to get out as he's forced out by the Dopey ultimate, and Clay Soldiers will not connect on top of Dopey, but Telstra was able to take out the low Puckham on the back end of things. This is now a 4v5 scenario with a blink in by Sylvanas. Ultimate on Hichi. Cataclysm's going to get 3, but he should probably still fall, and he will.
That was one of those fights that it turned into something really good, but it started off with Pandorum Esports, again, picking different targets, not communicating with each other. It didn't matter because they were able to clean it up, and Bologna's going to Eagles rally back into that fight, pick up a crucial kill on Telshore, but I think she's just going to fall right here. The pull is good.
Yeah, they pick up the double there.
Pick up that kill, Veranium picking off on her, and they're going to take this Phoenix.
Yeah, they're going to take the Phoenix, and they're going to take the game right here. Only Shadow Chair up and available. Spin the win, doing almost all the Titans' health, and Pandorum Esports will go ahead and take your round 2 game versus Panda. Actually sucks. And that was a close game for a little while, but honestly, it ended up just kind of going in the wrong direction as there was just a little bit too much going on the side of Pandorum. Their grouping, again, was just too well organized. Again, with that Thor-Giannis combination, they were kind of able to go on the map anywhere they wanted.
You're right. The global ultimates were able to get people where they needed to be. They were able to group up more crucially. And the rotations coming out of the Vamana, making those 5v4 fights happen. I think that numbers, again, not going to lie.
Well, when we look at damage done real fast,